Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today what we have on the bench is a British made or British design I should say Pong game from the 70s. It's the Binatone or Binatone, I think it's Binatone TV Master MK6, of course made in Hong Kong. Those were based around a single chip which actually could serve the purpose of playing 4 or 5 different games, which was a variation of the tennis game, and the other one could be squash, football, single player, shooting, single player, tennis, 2 players, and Pong, the classic Pong game, again 2 players, or you can call it tennis if you like, but Pong is the name. Those games and the chip was named after. So this one is a pretty unit. Doesn't work. It had one broken potentiometer, which actually is the controller for the ball, and unfortunately it's only one in pieces, and should be another one for the second player, but it doesn't matter. We can find a box later on and put the potentiometer if we manage to find the right value and create our own. For now I have tested this with the Atari classic power supply, which is pretty much the same like stereo type of connector like this, which only now brings power to the unit, and it doesn't work. We do not have sound, we do not have picture or classic television set like this one we have for testing purposes here. We do not have any sign of life. So next thing to do is to flip it over, start investigating what is inside and how we can get we can narrow down the where the problem lies, and clean it, of course, and test the output for the TV. Probably might be a transistor thing or a capacitor thing, we'll see. Check the IC, the one and only IC that holds the game, and for temperature, high temperature and stuff like that, for corrosion. And let's see what we can have by the end of the day. Maybe we can have a working unit. It's a shame because nothing is broken, and if this could be working by the end of the day, it would be a nice example of British design and Pong technology of the 70s brought back into life. So let's go down to it. For some reason I wanted to start by replacing the 5 electrolytic capacitors that can be found in the circuit. As you can tell, the PCB is rather straightforward. You can see main switches, one single chip, several capacitors, 5-volt regulator, TV modulator, player 1, player 2 button inputs, and some buttons for resetting and serving the ball. Now I have taken some measurements for 5 volts and ground to make sure that everything is stable around 5 volts, and it looks okay. Then I have replaced the old electrolytic capacitors. Those are the old ones here. I put new electrolytic capacitors, simple values, only 5 of them. That was easy.
the temperature of the main chip is not abnormal, looks okay. So I guess now I have to um, put it on the telly and conduct a new test with the new capacitors in place. One, two, three, five of them. The voltage regulator works fine, 5 volts steadily coming out. The modulator here, the TV modulator, is not something difficult to see. That is a little circuit based on one transistor, which actually gets the video output from the chip and amplifies it before it can be sent out to the aerial and then to your TV set from the chip. Everything comes from the chip: the controls, the signal, sound, everything. That's why we call it a Pong on a chip. And here we can see the old capacitors, the old electrolytic capacitors that have been replaced. I cannot see any damage, but I cannot trust the capacitors after 40 years. The average time for an electrolytic capacitor, the average lifespan is 15 years, so uh, less than half of their life so far. So all been replaced. I don't even know which is the manufacturing company. But anyways, let's conduct the test. So who is the next suspect? I guess the General Instruments chip itself, which has this pin out shown on this diagram. What can we do? We can conduct some tests for signals, clock signals, sync output on video signal, quick and dirty solutions with just a piece of wire, so we will see that something is coming out of this. Four corner pinouts are not connected. We can try sound output as well with a wire and a ground connection with a little earphone. We can test first of all the 5 volts to the IC on pin 4 and see what we get. Also checking for bad soldering after all these years, which apparently is not the case. Everything looks good. So we will proceed with a change of the IC because it is based on this funny socket. Because there is no sound coming out, no video, the power looks good, but the chip must have been fried. Strange how they picked to create a socket with only the useful and the required pins to be fitted. Interesting, smart, but poor design, if you ask me. So I have another chip. I will swap the chips and see what happens, carefully removing the old one, and I'll try to locate in my spares the other one. As far as I can remember, I only have one for cases like this. So this is the last thing that came to me as the idea for the next um, attempt to fix this console. Here is the chip. Found it, the replacement chip. Um, if this fails, I don't know what else to say, because the current voltage and everything looks okay. This one is brand new, so I'll definitely look for a signal after it is in place. I will definitely look for some indication of sound. Those beeps we are having from the ball bouncing here and there and everywhere around the screen, and that will be promising. So this old guy needs to go, and please let it be this, because I'm running out of ideas here. I'm not gonna throw it away. I will swap it with another one from another console system. Maybe there's something wrong with any connections or anything. So I will definitely test it over some other system before it's thrown in the trash. This guy here has been waiting for years in my spares, so this is your chance, buddy, to show that you are going to bring back to life our console today. Now, another funny story is that if we count the socket pins here, we will find out that they left intentionally out the rifle game, for example. They have the reset enabled, and all the other 6 games, but not the rifle input and control. That's interesting. 5 volts are coming out right from the old but reliable voltage regulator. There are many things that we can do as future projects on this PCB. We can try to get composite out and an extra transistor, I believe, and completely forget about the TV modulator. We can do things around this PCB. But first we need to make it work. So I'm going to put loosely all things back in place without the screws and try to conduct a test with a new CPU now in place. Oh, and I almost forgot that we need to figure out how to fix the potentiometers, the controllers, or the paddles, or how to call them, um, for both of the players to be able to play a game.
And as always, somehow it comes the moment of truth. We have loosely put the cover on our game here. We have the wire connected to the antenna, the aerial, to this old fashioned TV for test that we have, and we have the plug ready, 3.5mm Atari style with positive tip here ready to be placed onto the console. Let's see what I can hear something, and I can see something which is not exactly right, but maybe it's a matter of adjustment. But the sound works. Sound works and works right. Game selector, we'll see. What about the TV modulator? Maybe it's a matter of... Yeah, I can see it coming. It's somewhere here. Yes, give me a steady picture, please. Yes, that's it. We got it. Nice. Always feels great when something is brought back to life, right? Now, one thing I need to test also is I put the controllers here. This screwed up thing looks like doesn't work at all. Or I should try another game. Okay, let's see. No. What is going on? There it is. The potentiometer works. It's broken, but it works. The plastic is only broken, not the potentiometer or the connectors here. So one player can have fun. What about the other player? let me take a closer look on this. The ones that were used in the Atari games were 1 meg, and this one too. Okay, so this is a 1 meg resistor, a variable resistor, so 1 meg, same like the Ataris. So we're going to take the other cable, which is an orphan, and put 1 meg here. And we need to find another box similar to this so that we can make our own controller. Wow, that's nice. Wow, let's see. Game selector. Changes. Oh boy. So with a new all-in-one Pong chip, we brought back to life this Binatone British design Pong system from the 70s. Binatone was around since the 50s, but in the Pong game TV game industry introduced something only in the early 70s, and I'm very, very happy that we have this working. Just contrast on the color. We are not missing any color. It's black and white, but the high contrast makes it easier and more pleasant to the eye. So that was all for today, guys. I think I need to do more things on this console. I like it so much. The second controller for sure. Maybe the composite sound output also, and connect it to a modern TV. That's for future projects over the nice and good looking Binatone console. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done that so far. Give us a thumbs up. I'll be catching you soon with another repair fix or whatever. Old and retro stuff for sure. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.